am Carla. Welcome to my channel. In this space, I talk about human evolution from emotions to energy work and all different types of aspects of psychedelics and working with different sacraments and entheogens. We talk about their energy, ceremony facilitation, and many other things. Um, Today I'm sitting in a hotel room. My boyfriend is working, and I just figured I would do a small little video on um, uh, the importance of knowing what recreational and ceremony differences in the energetics and all of those two ways of working with entheogenic sacraments or psychedelics. Um, and so that's what we are going to do. So, recreational and ceremony are just different. So, with recreational, typically that's like music festivals, parties, um, get togethers, just like gatherings of people, not necessarily a big event, but just uh, doing the medicine without opening up any type of container or anything like that. So recreational is not wrong. It's just a different way of doing it. The intention is typically something like let's have fun, let's dance, um, bonding, community. It could be a form of escapism as well. There's so much sun coming in here, my gosh. So yeah, like let's enhance this moment, that kind of thing. The experience tends to unfold outwardly. Attention moves towards like the music, the visuals, the conversation, the laughter, the sensation, the social energy. It's a big mixture of the energy. So since the container is so loose, the nervous system is often navigating in multiple ways at one time. Changing stimulation, usually loud music, um, social expectations. What are you wearing? What's she looking like? What is he? All those like little things are sort of weird ways, ego things. Unpredictability. You never know what each other's really doing. Like who, you know. You don't know. There's a lot of mixed energies and intentions. Not that it's bad, just saying, there's just a lot of mixed energies, and that's not typically where you want to go on psychedelics, typically. Anyway, for me, mixed substances could be where you're at. Mixing substances can cause chaos in an experience and an environment, all of that. So, none of this means that the people are not having a meaningful experience. Many do. I have many times. The relationship to the sacrament is just different. And a part of the experience is a little bit tapered down with the noise. So, um, insights might arise sort of suddenly, but really without a place to land. So you sort of just shake it off. Profound realizations can become like stories to tell, sort of like war stories, right? Like who did the best trip, who did this. It's just a different energy, right? So stories, feelings that we can sometimes begin to chase, euphoric experiences, moments that we admire but don't integrate. So without intentional closure or integration, the experience may end when the substance wears off. It's just over. Like, it's just over. That was it, and so that's it. So it's what's usually remembered is the intensity of the energetics, not necessarily like a big form of transformation. A lot of it is like immediacy, enjoyment, sensory expansion, connecting in the moment, connection in the moment. Again, not bad, just different. So, recreation is often used as like, what can we experience right now, right? Or tonight. So let's move on to the ceremonial path. This is an intentional path. The experience usually begins before the sacrament is even taken, with a lot of different entheogenic sacraments. I'm not just talking about one thing here. um, yeah, the relationship starts sort of when you decide you're going to do it. For many people, when they're doing a ceremony, like when they're really, it adds reverence, it adds respect to the mix, and intention, right? So when you start a relationship in a spiritual and sacred way, it starts like with an orientation, like where am I going, what am I ready to face or to heal or to release or to understand. Am I willing to be responsible for these things after I'm finished with this specific experience? Ceremony treats the psychedelic state as a threshold, not entertainment. Sometimes you can have fun in ceremony, yes, but it's not meant to be entertainment. So common thresholds are like door openers. I don't really know how to call that, but are intentionally marked. They're moments of time. They're like the orientation of what's going to happen during the ceremony when everyone's sitting around the space. The space has been created by the facilitator. It's clean. It's prestige, right? Everything's done. So the orientation, what's going to happen, right? The opening of the ceremony, clear beginning moment. Receiving the sacrament in a sacred way, the facilitator blessing it, or whatever, however that specific thing may go in that ceremony. There's always something though, like a clear, sacred way of handing the medicine on to you. Sacred silence. It's again a nervous system set, right? Slow, soft breaths, like soft breath work. These are door openers or moments in time in the ceremony where the facilitator is doing all these things, right? And when the facilitator does these things, it changes the energy of the room. So sounds, different instruments, different humming and singing, or typically the singing won't be like in your language, it'll be in something else, so you're not really like thinking about what the words are. You don't want anything imprinted into your experience. You just want maybe just sounds and things that you may feel and that may make things come up in your body. So yeah, soft instruments like with that are in alignment with what the space needs at that specific moment. Also movement that resonates with the different sounds and areas of your body. If you listen, like when you have all of that spaciousness and there's no rambling and things to do and look at and it's just space, you will feel the areas in your body that the tones are resonating with and what needs to happen as a sacred medicine or sacrament that you're working with, right? What they do. The environment is designed to reduce the noise, to not have any interruptions. It increases safety. Attention turns inward. Ceremony is an inward experience, not an outward experience like the recreational is. So it's just structured, it's not controlled, it's just containment, literally. Containment just allows for the nervous system to relax, right? Enough to surrender into the medicine. The body's prepared, the spirit's prepared, the psyche's prepared, the space is prepared. So, since stimulation is minimized and support and presence and awareness often moves from spectacle, spectacle to real meaning, like from your recreational situation may be like crazy fun clothes and this and that and like uh, big for the eyes, right? A spectacle. You know, it's not wrong. Like I said, it's whatever. It's just, no one cares in ceremony what you're wearing or what you look like or any of those things. It's just different. So from spectacle to real meaning, from sensation to insight and clarity, from what's happening now to what is being shown to me, right? Ceremony invites relationship, authentic relationship with the sacrament, with you and your own inner world, with your own physical body, with the lineage of all of nature and spirit and community, right? So it also completely fosters authenticity. Emotions come out that maybe not have been able to be shared before openly, and all of a sudden this space just allows you to do that as complete freedom, authenticity. um, you can scream, you can cry, there's all of it is just beautiful. The tears are witnessed by other people, and it creates this special bond and this intimacy that just doesn't go away. The realness comes out, the sweet, the messy, the crazy, the ugly. And all of it is held by the facilitators and maybe some of the people in this space as well. Right? You can be yourself without being afraid someone will judge you in any kind of way. And it's the beauty. So, ceremony assumes reflection, integration. All of these things are important. Responsibility, accountability. It's not just over after the experience is done. Like there's a month of insights and clarities and all of those things. So, yeah, embodiment of the perception that you've been given in that space. So teach yourself how to embody what you learn, right? And the insights are treated as guidance or perspectives instead of souvenirs. Bottom line, some recreational experiences are totally sacred, deeply sacred, and some ceremonies are poorly held. So, yeah. Um, Difference is not the label, it's the environment. So intention, safety, always like know who you're going to, and make sure that they've done it before and don't just go anywhere. That kind of thing. Facilitators, you never know. Some Everyone learns and has to learn from nothing probably somehow. So um, support, integration, all of these things. So ceremony is not about being rigid, about being serious or rigid. In fact, if the facilitator is not happy and a bit flexible, I'd worry. Because you can't tell another person what to experience. All you can do is guide, help, and support, and trust the actual sacrament, because that's who's leading the space. You're just keeping it clean. So it's about being sincere and taking the sacrament with a level of reverence that changes the experience. Recreational use does not automatically mean irresponsibility. In many cases, it creates a huge availability and open space for like liberation, even if that wasn't the intention, So those are just my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like and subscribe if you did. Thank you.